of those people are coming up and wanted to.
Dick, thanks.
They really wanted to see Opera Creature. So.
Thanks for the butt dress. When we had that first show, I kept waiting for you to come up with songs, but it just
Well, hi.
Hey.
Opera Creature. Feel free to come with us.
Sir.
We fit.
Do you live in the...
Oh, they said to come up.
Did
Yeah,
they?
we can come
Danielle did, yeah.
Hey guys, I got about 12 minutes of footage there.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, baby.
I'll see you guys later.
Hi, Roland.
Peace out, homie.
Goodbye.
Roland, you can come in.
Roland, come in. Come in, Roland.
Hi, Roland.
All right, now we're going.
Roland. It's Roland.
Get on out, girls. I lost most of my face by the end of that time.
He's a freak.
How hot is it over there?
Hot.
Good. Good.
Get out of here.
Hey.
This is our padding.
Oh.
Okay, get ready. Yeah, you've seen it? Have you seen?
Oh. You've all got a teddy bear.
The wraps.
Alright, guys.
Tiny dog.
Got it?
Oh, it is. Great.
Are you guys done?
Where did
I don't think so. I think we got one more to do.
Oh, this fell off of Ellen. What fell off?
People enjoy it and seeing the looks in their faces and being like,
Oh God, what's this?
no, like
No, in a
everybody.
good way.
I haven't seen a single. I've seen like 2 or 3 dudes be like, "What the fuck is this asshole?" But everybody else is like, "Oh my god, it's oh my god."
Yeah.
It's just a big dumb thing to do,
Yeah.
you know. And thank you for letting me be a part
Oh,
of
thank
this.
you guys for
This
being
has been
part of
really,
this
really cool.
thing.
It didn't require a huge amount of prep. It didn't require anything except being cool, shitty, relaxed
Being a
people.
big, yeah. In a big crazy costume.
Yeah.
It required a little bit more.
From you, it required. And just squared it away.
I definitely
Once we got
learned a lot.
once we got the hat, the hard hat on for me, like it was cool.
Good.
It was cool. And I got some good painkillers in me, so like
Good.
the residual stuff I don't even notice.
Whiskey.
Whiskey and painkillers, the secrets to my success.
Is this the interview?
I hope not. Oh hey.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was to interview us.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell me your names, and then if you want to say something about the inspiration behind it.
Ah,
Well, start from the right and then go to.
okay.
I guess.
I'm Danielle Kaufman. Danielle Kaufman.
Awesome. I'm Robert Edward, just a dude who lives in the building.
We just found him today. Right now, walking by. I'm Ellen Warkentine.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the inspiration
Okay.
behind Opera Creature?
It's funny because I don't know. It was one of those ideas that just like it was, you know. And I think I don't know if I had a dream about it or just like an image of like this furry kind of strange erotic mouthed creature. It's very erotic. It's the idea that just walks around and sings opera. That's about it. Because it was Soundwalk. I wanted to do something. I guess I've been exploring like absurd opera, those kinds of. In the statement, I said
Are we making
intersections between modern life and epic spectacle. But then, when I sat and I tried to make it sound important, I realized it's really just like a silly installation, which has been really fun.
Which is just as good as some. It's just as
Which
important.
is what it
I
is.
think. It's just as important as a big,
It's
serious,
really-
important.
And that's the whole point. It's like that's why I keep looking at opera because it's like all dramatic, important,
Yeah.
and like, and you know, everything that we make opera is just.
The idea was initially, as I understand it, to be inspired more by the conversations that we hear and things that we hear when we go out there. People don't tend to say much.
Right.
Just like,
You know, we didn't consider that because it's a lot easier collecting conversations when you're not a
totally,
huge three.
yeah.
headed-
So we draw mostly on stuff that we've talked about or that we've heard in the past, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, basically, I recorded a lot of conversations and eavesdropped on a bunch of conversations in the Soundwalk area. And we wanted to do something like some kind of sound collage with it and use the conversations we heard as the material for when we're singing. And so some of that is what we've been playing with.
Was there any particular kind of opera that was in the dream, or that inspired you, or that stuck with you as you
I think
came
it's
up?
just the idea of opera as a genre or a trope, or, you know, the archetype of, just epic, grandiose spectacle. And I don't know, just especially in Soundwalk, one of the things we're talking about is like how it's opera doesn't seem to belong in like the futurist world of noise art, you know, and it's like kind of in the program it's like the obsolete, right? Her operatic obsolete, you know, like it's coming around trying to grasp and make sense of this like noisy chaos through this like old style.
Right, but that ties into the original idea. This is just a creature that can only rationalize the world through like singing opera. So like she hears random snippets or observes random things and can only really process it by converting it into her aural sound space, which just happens to be entirely opera based.
And it's just so like enormously emotive, you know, opera, and that's what's so like fun and funny about it, is to take the most ridiculous snippets of sound and emote them to the highest of heights. And it's a creature, it's a spectacle, it's a grotesque kind of.
And I don't know how much it comes across that we're just making it all up as we go, but that's one of the most exciting parts.
That's what's so much fun about it. It's just being a magical creature that's just bizarre.
I think one of the best parts for sure is that the only thing separating us from reality is a bunch of this fur. So we're standing together, and because we have this cloak of fur over us, we're allowed to belt opera at the top of our lungs and be as loud and obnoxious in a downtown, like populated city. And you can't do that normally without getting looked at weird and glared at and making people upset and uncomfortable. But here, people flock around you and they want to see like what you do next. They want to know about you, and they want to be a part of the experience of what we're creating on that corner.
The reactions have just been tremendous. Like people have just been so I wish that like women and men would look at me like that when I was in a huge furry suit. Children maybe less so, it's a little creepy, but
I like the children's, like the faces.
But the rest, but the kids have loved us, and like we only made
we
one
made
child
one
cry,
guy cry.
and it was only when we left. So obviously, it's just because like he wanted to party with us. And
I was trying to smash through glass doors to party with you.
but like really specific, like women that I know in town that just seeing like me around, or like, oh, she looks cool. You're like hang out with her, but like in the opera creature suit, she's like, oh my god, hey! Like,
You're so fuzzy.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's not. It's a weird thing. I never feel like we're three people. Do you guys think about this? I never for a second feel like we're three people in a suit. I feel like, okay, this is a unit. This is the thing that I'm in, and I'm not one dude. I'm a whole like conglomerate dude.
Yeah, people
I'm
don't
trying
even
to
know.
pull everyone to the harp.
Not everybody knows how many people we are. A lot of people thought we were 2 people in there.
Yeah.
It was hard to
Two
tell.
very fat
Yeah, which is
people. Well, Danielle's very small, so she just.
Did you guys have any opera training? Or voice training? So it's just,
Honestly, we're like, we should get together, and Ellen was like, I don't know, I guess we'll just try to workshop some things, and the first rehearsal we had pretty much sounds like what we have now.
Right.
We just kind of got around the keyboard, and
But as
Ellen,
we found our groove more though, where we're more in tune and we don't sound as dissonant and we harmonize a little better. That happened a little bit over the like 4 or 5 rehearsals that we had, but like the idea was the same from the get-go. It just, we realized that if it's making us laugh, then we're going to be good at it. And if we're not laughing at it, then like chances are it's not going to be as great. So.
how did you guys come to collaborate together?
We get drunk in the same places a lot. I feel like.
we just know each other.
From around the way.
From the theater.
I guess that's one thing. Yeah.
You know, a live theater.
It's a relatively small artistic community out here, and people keep track of each other. So.
Are you part of a theater company, or?
No, just dudes.
Right. Okay.
Just dudes. Ellen worked on, she wrote an opera a couple years ago that performed all over Southern California, which is pretty great. And I was so pumped to see that. And she helped me, and in New York, yeah. And she helped me write a musical that I did a few years ago. So like we've kept tabs.
What were those? What were they called?
Lolpra was an epic opera about the internets, which is a similar theme of complete inanity turned into opera. And yours was?
Well, mine was just called Eddie, a musical about failure, which is sort of a semi-autobiographical weird piece about a dude who looks like Eddie Munster and works in a grocery store in his 40s and may actually be Eddie Munster, but maybe not. But again, same thing of just trying to take. There's something about using narrative music as this. One of the criticisms of musicals is that they're inane, is that they're very silly, or that they're shallow, or that they're, in some circles, disposable. A lot of theater artists think of musicals as a kind of disposable, very surface level, I guess not particularly relevant form of artistic expression, which has always kind of fascinated me. But the truth is that you can create a fascinating distance with the silliness of that musicality. So in a way you can discuss a lot of things you can't normally. Which I think Ellen, maybe, it seemed to me that she discovered that through working on hers, and that's something I discovered working on mine as well. And I wouldn't say that this is discussing the issues of our ages, as it were, of our age, but it's definitely, I don't know, it's cool. It's
Bringing
fun.
something to Soundwalk that
that hasn't been a part of it. I just, like, there was a dude walking around with a bunch of speakers strapped to him last year or something like that. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But this is a bunch of silly people in a big suit just singing, making dumb crap up.
Speaking of which, I think we have to go.
Do we?
yeah.
We should go
Yeah,
for our
somebody
final.
Another show.
Sumner called him.
So what's next?
We're collaborating with her boyfriend.
He's got a
on
French horn, and we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, we have
See what happens from here. And then there's a big musical benefit show happening in December that Ellen is going to be the
Riot
musical director
Stage. Riot Stage Theater.
Yeah, and then there's a Christmas like opera / radio play that I'm trying to get done for the weekend of the 21st of December this year. So we'll see where that goes. And whatever this girl's got going on,
stuff.
stuff.
The stuff.
You can catch her at Dark Harbor evenings to the Queen Mary, Long Beach, California, scaring people.
Any creepy zombie.
It's pretty cool.
Is that part of a Halloween thing, or is that a...
Yeah, for the month of October. For the month of October, Queen Mary, Dark Harbor. Tickets are $20 on Groupon or something.
Cool.
Check your internets.
Check your internet.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You smell like daddy's
Oh,
breath.
have anything out of here?
You just weren't thinking about anything with the harp.
I know, I just wanted the harp. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
In case of fire, you stay away from exit. In case of fire, you stay away from exit. Oh my God, what happened to my Travis? Can you please help? What is happening here?
One thing, if you find a weird phrase, try to keep a rhythm to it, so you can get into it.
Do they want the pieces of fur that are here?
Oh yeah, that fur can stay. Thank you. You can have it.
We'll be back for it later otherwise, but it's all yours. Thank you.
Boys of the
You have a piece of opera creature.
Bad boys of the 80s. 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 Bad boys of the 80s.
What you gonna do?
Time to go. Whoa. I can't believe you did that. We wanted to watch those guys sing. You're actually cute.
I'm proud.
Hey, how you doing?
No, there's lots of tails on it. That's awesome.